Hi, my name is Victoria Howell. I'm the instructor for the A. Richard Newton Distinguished Innovator Lecture Series, and we are hosted by the Satarja Center here at UC Berkeley. I have been teaching the series for 16 semesters now, and usually on a Tuesday night, you will find me in front of a screen that looks somewhat like this. Here we have Dean Sujay Liu in conversation with Mike Schrepfer. That was on deck for that evening. Mike Schrepfer actually is the CTO of Facebook. We have lots of conversations like this, and from these conversations come the most interesting learnings, whether it's how to talk to an angel, best advice for underserved communities, most interesting positioning for a socially responsible new venture, or what we're going to talk about tonight, and that is most successful failure. Here you have a picture of two individuals. On one side, the gentleman in the glasses is Mike Franklin. Mike Franklin was the chair of our computer sciences department here at UC Berkeley, and across all those water bottles is a gentleman named Ben Horowitz. If that name is not familiar, it probably will be as you start your journey into entrepreneurship. Ben is a founder in his own right. He started a company called LoudCloud, which became Opsware. And then he went on with his friend, Mark Andreessen, to found the venture capital company Andreessen Horowitz, also called A16Z. He's written a couple of books, one of them called The Hard Thing About Hard Things. And Ben came and visited us and was talking to us and talked a lot about failures that he had with his company, failure being an integral part of the startup process, and how when you're starting to do something that's really hard, things don't go as you expect. One example he used was when you're trying to cure heart disease, what did they find? Viagra. And here he's talking about one thing in particular, one company that he had invested in. He's talking about the founder, a little bit of background. The founder is a Canadian gentleman. He and his wife, 10 years prior, had founded a company called Flickr. Flickr was a platform is a platform for photos and videos. And once that was sold for about 30 million, the founder was interested in doing something else, and he started a company called Tiny Speck. They had a great game platform called Glitch. Now, the platform they used for the game, this particular game called Glitch, was Flash. Well, if you know what has been going on in the market, you'll know that Flash is no longer a viable platform. So they brought it out on that and it wasn't working. The other thing that was happening that was really frustrating for the company was that the game was incredible, but you could finish it in 2 days. Not great for retention. So Ben is talking about a situation where the founder is calling him on the phone. They're having a conversation and the founder is down to his last $6 million. And doesn't know what to do because nothing is really working. So have a listen.
Says, Ben, like I've got $6 million left. I have no way to raise money because I've made really no progress because of these issues. It's going to cost me more than $6 million to finish the game. So I've got 3 choices. I can pray for rain and try and finish it. I can shut down the company and give you your $6 million back. Or we built this tool that we use in our engineering team to communicate with each other and make engineering work a little better. And I could just put that out as a product. And I'm like, what? I was like, you just built some tool to talk to each other and you want to put that as a product and you're a consumer guy and you want to become an enterprise software guy. He's like, yeah, I think it'd be a pretty good idea. I was like, well, $6 million it's not going to make any difference in my life. If you really think it's a good idea and you really want to do that, go ahead. So he puts the game out, the tool out. It's called Slack, and it grows fastest growing enterprise software company of all time. So.
There you go. Most successful failure that we've heard about in the Newton series would definitely be Slack. There are a couple things that you learn from failure. First of all, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to fail. And if you don't fail, you're not learning. But what is important about failure are a couple of things. Remember, where you start is rarely where you end up, and listen to people along the way. No need to be defensive, soak it all in, and pivot as you need to. And as you're working on your company, assuming that you're not working on it on your own, make sure that the co-founders you're founding the company with are people that you know you can be with in the long run, through thick and through thin, good times and bad. You don't want people who look like you, act like you, talk like you. You want a diverse group, but you also want to make sure that you're friends. And you also want to really rely on your advisors, whether they're formal advisors through a VC that's invested in you, or an angel, or informal advisors and past professors along the way. Be open with them, talk with them, listen to them. Not the easiest thing to do, but it is the number one leadership trait that there is, the ability to listen. Thank you for listening to me. I hope I see you someday at the Newton series. Currently, this is pretty much what we look like. We're in webinar format. Here you can see some of the students with me and Michael Seibel, who is one of the co-founders for Twitch, Justin TV, CEO of Y Combinator, and now an advisor for Reddit. Thank you for listening, and really hope we get the opportunity sometime to see you face to face, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Log on to the website to learn a bit more. Take care.